Hello, welcome back to another Java and Journeys with Jillian. If you're new here to this channel, don't forget to like and subscribe. It is a little after 6:30 in the morning and we are here at SeaWorld for the Reindeer Run, which I'm super excited about. If you haven't already, check out my 5K run, which is the Wine and Dine event at Disney. It was such a great time, so I'm looking forward to getting into how things are going to be for this SeaWorld event. And the sun is coming up. It looks absolutely beautiful to see SeaWorld at this time in the morning, and it's been a while since I have actually been back here. I think this is probably my second or third time here at SeaWorld. I don't actually come over here too often. I'm not a SeaWorld girly, but I'm looking forward to supporting this really great cause. So of course the 5K here at SeaWorld is to support the AdventHealth Care Center for Children. So we're all out here to raise some money, have a good run. You know how we do things over here. We're probably going to be doing a combination of light jogging, power walking, similar to our strategy for the Disney 5K. So how are you all doing? We are halfway through December, which is kind of wild. I have been gone for a minute. Now I'm back with the jump off. So I had a work trip over the Pacific Northwest. So I spent some time over in Portland, Seattle, which was a lot of fun. And I really wish I could have recorded some, but I try to keep my work and YouTube life completely separate. Hopefully one day I'll be able to take you on some of those adventures eventually in life. But for now, I want to say it feels really good to be back in slightly warmer weather, although it is a bit chilly today. When I say chilly for Florida, because I know some of you all that live in other parts of the US are like, girl, bye. It's 60 degrees. That's nothing. That's summertime. And I hear you. I totally hear you. But in Florida, this is quite chilly. I'm not wearing any kind of like heavy coat or jacket because I know once we get started things are going to feel warmer. There's also a breeze coming on right now, which is actually quite nice, right? Like you want nice breezy weather when you're going any type of run or intense walking or any of that. So I'm actually quite happy that it's not raining. Like, let's be real, this would be completely miserable if it was pouring rain. So I'm good. And also I showed a little bit of my shirt, but peep it out. We have our, of course, lights here going on and our reindeer in the front, long sleeve green shirt. So it's really cute. I'm looking forward to getting into that. In the back, of course, there's just a lot of sponsors. But with that being said, let's check out what the environment is looking like around us. So you all will see there are a lot of people going into SeaWorld right now. Is this event as massive as Disney? It isn't, but that's okay. It's still going to be a great time. And I actually love, having a good balance where things don't feel so intense and so packed out. But you see a lot of people over here in front of me as we're walking up. And we got some holiday music going on. Everybody's in a great mood. I'm looking forward to getting into this. So in case you're curious, we have some pre-race water here for the 5K. I'm pretty well hydrated, so I'm all good. And you also, I know you all are probably thinking, no, this Peppa because she did this the last time. Listen, I have been gone, like I just said, so I have not been able to prep for this as much as I would like to. But again, this is not an intense race. We're gonna have a good time. We're not here to try to win first place. Girl, we're not even here to win 10th place or 20th place, okay? Like, we're gonna keep a nice, light, moderate pace. We're gonna enjoy the environment and just see how this whole experience goes. But yes, like, I get it. Miss Heffa did not prepare like she would have. Had she been here, I will be for the next time. So you see our Reindeer Run sign right here.
Yeah, there you go. Let's not take fun. Well, listen, everybody.
And we have a photo op with Santa
right now. And our
over across the way that we have some folks standing in line for that.
I want to make sure everyone knows what is.
I just want to show you all a little bit of a closer up. We have our little photo op experience right here with the animatronic reindeer. Super cute. I also recognize that I talked about my shoes in the last 5K run that I did, the Wine and Dine with Disney. So let me actually show you while we have a little bit of time to kill before the race starts. So I have these Asics on, and I don't recall the exact model. And yes, honey, I am a millennial, so I worked hard for these ankle socks. This is what's happening right now. So it is what it is. Get into it, girlies. Don't come for me unless you have a check for me. I think the key to this in any type of race that you're doing is that you have a great pair of shoes. I love these because they give me a really great bounce when I'm doing any intense walking or running. At least that was my experience at the Disney 5K. So definitely get yourself a good pair of shoes. And as we talked about the last time, please don't buy shoes and then break them in the day of. Don't do that. Make sure that you give yourself plenty of time when you're purchasing any new shoes to do some running, do some walking, do your training. Do what you have to do so that way you're comfortable, you know what to expect the day of any race. So let's talk about what to expect. If you are in the Orlando area around this time of year and you're like, I want to do the Reindeer Run, which I highly recommend you check out, and I'll let you all know my thoughts at the end of the race in terms of the organization, what would the experience like coming in, the registration, because again, this is not as intense as the Wine and Dine Disney 5K. It was super easy to pick up our bib, to pick up our race shirts. We literally went to one of the shops downtown Orlando, picked up everything. It was a quick, easy in and out. Something that I do really like is that SeaWorld, for this Reindeer Run activity / event, you can put yourself in the group according to your own pace. So you see these markers here where people are kind of lining up. You can determine what group works best for you. We're probably going to hang out a little bit toward the back, but we also want to make sure that we don't run into the issue of getting stuck behind a lot of people who are doing much more casual walking or even power walking. You just want to make sure that you put yourself in the right group so that way you're not running into anyone, you're not getting frustrated, all of that, right? We're here for a good time, we're here for a good cause. So if you do decide to come out to the Reindeer Run next year, just be mindful of that. Think about like what pacing you want to do. Do you want to do more jogging? Do you want to do more running? Do you move at a faster pace? Then you want to put yourself toward the front of the marker. And if you're like, you know what, I'm here to just take this a little bit more casually, then you want to put yourself toward the back. Do what is best for you. So you see the sign here for walkers. This is just an example. So if you want to go at a slower pace, like I said before, just get toward the back. All these kind of events are meant to be fun. So if you are someone that says, you know what, I want that intense race, you can still participate in things like this. Just get yourself toward the front. But like I said before in my last video, appreciate about things like this, especially as someone that is a bigger girly, is that you can do this. You do not have to limit yourself and feel as if, oh, I'm too out of shape. I can't. You absolutely can. You just saw that sign for walkers, so get up. If this is something that you want to do, it's for a good cause. I highly encourage it. You don't need to put pressure on yourself. You're not running a half marathon here. This is meant to be very much in line with any type of fitness level, any type of ability here. Folks are here with their families, their friends, even maybe themselves, just to be in the environment. The spirit of the holidays are truly here. And so when it comes to events like this, and I would even say Disney now, you need to be careful about what you sign yourself up for, right? They have 5K, 10K, half marathon, et cetera, et cetera. But these things are just meant to inspire a good time, right? And that good feeling, good vibe. So no need to feel like you have to be at the top of your athletic ability to participate in things like this. I am going to go do some quick stretching. We are going to probably center ourselves somewhere between the runners and the walkers. because we're probably going to be going at a little bit higher of a faster pace than pure walking, but I'm going to take you along the way just to show you all the environment and the ambiance of SeaWorld for the Reindeer Run. And there is a little bit of a costume contest. Like, you see someone here in a reindeer costume with their bib on, which is absolutely hilarious. Everyone else is kind of like dressed up, which I think is great. I was joking with my husband that I should come in costume and then make that my little side. Basically be like those people in those ratchet costumes in Times Square and just show up in something and ask for pictures and, like, you know, charge a little cut, you know. I just think that would be hilarious. Of course, I would never do something like that, but that would be so funny because when I was behind the person in the reindeer coat, I was like, oh, that's so cute. They have like little mascots around. No, it is a runner in a full-on costume. I admire the dedication because I don't know how you do any sort of intensive walking or running and anything like that, but I love it. And certainly if there was a way to just like flip that, make a little point on the side, I think that would be hilarious if you could do that. It's like, to me, something that would be in any type of comedy, right?
Hey guys, congratulations to all of you out there that are on the course. We're so thrilled to have you. So excited, my friends. I can't believe it, Greg. It's been 10 years, and here you are, the Greg Portman Reindeer Run. Everybody keep it rocking out there and have a great race. Keep on smiling. Those of you that have your antlers on, I love it. There you are. Hey, hey. They're looking good, looking good. Have a great race, everybody, and enjoy yourself out there. Make sure you have some fun. And of course, we'll see you. Good to see you. Hey, what's up, team? What's going on? Fun out there. And we'll see you out front. Hopefully, Rudolph is going to lead us all in the right direction, right? Everybody enjoy yourself this morning and keep it grooving. We love the holiday spirit. We love the holiday cheer. Have a good time on the race course. We'll see you back in a little while. Love you, Debbie. Hey, for all the friends that are going to be at the finish line, make sure you check us out on all the after race fun. Is that a reindeer? I see more reindeer. The reindeer out there. What's going on? Enjoy your run.
All right, checking with you all. So the first part of this 5K is basically circling around the SeaWorld parking lot. We just finished doing some light jogging. We're still making our way around. I'll show you all what it looks like. So you'll see you have folks that are circling around, and then we're going to be making our way through the park. Let's keep going. Look at this beautiful sunrise. And you'll still see people around the other way, but such a beautiful morning with a great view. Still circling a lot, and then we'll make our way through the park. All right, y'all, we are just finishing the first mile, and we are going strong. We have 2 more miles, a little more than 2 more miles left to go. Still through the parking lot. I promise you, we'll be making our way through SeaWorld in just a few, but we're going to keep at it. I think we're making really good time, really good pace. The vibes are up. I'll show you all what it looks like on the other side as well. So we have a lot of folks who are coming around. This is a really great crowd, and again, such a fun event. And I am looking forward to getting out of this lot and checking out SeaWorld this time in the morning. But otherwise, I think just looking at the costumes, that has also been great fun. One thing I do wish is that SeaWorld had a bit more music pumping through this part. I'm curious if they'll have anything in the park, but we'll see how things go. I'll check back in with you all as we continue our 5K. Here, this is the main entrance to get into SeaWorld. You turn around, you'll see the main welcome sign up ahead. Pretty cool. Let's keep moving. super cute. So we have carolers, which is really nice, and the music that I was asking for. Very cool. And my co-producer is much further ahead than I am, so I'm going to try to catch up. For running, it's hilarious because you can see some of the vestiges of Halloween left over from the Howl-O-Scream event here at SeaWorld in combination with a few Christmas items, but it's hilarious to kind of see those props getting tucked away in the back parking lot. All right, we are entering through the back lot into SeaWorld. Again, I've only been to SeaWorld, I think, once or twice, so I'm not as well versed with. Okay, we're at Sesame Street, as you all hear. I was like, I'm not quite sure where we're at right now, but we are apparently in the Sesame Street area. And it's so cute back here. And the very first time I came to SeaWorld, it was in the evening, and it was dark, and actually no, is that right? It was in the late afternoon, turned into evening. And so I didn't really get a chance to get a good look at Sesame Street. But this is so cute. Okay, we are exiting out of Sesame Street. Need to grab that quick water, which was definitely needed. My throat was getting a little parched here. It was so cute. And there were some folks taking pictures with the props throughout Sesame Street. And it looks like we're passing by Bert and Ernie Nutcrackers. I'll turn around so we can see what these look like in the front. That looks so cute. Well, we have to keep going here. We are going to continue to make our way through SeaWorld to the next section of the park. Okay, we are getting a little glimpse of Mako, as well as passing through some of the little fun carnival-esque games that they have. We've passed by the Orca Encounter section already. But it is just so neat to see theme parks when they're not teaming with people. Yes, and I feel like we need this gospel music to get this through. And look, we are passing by the mile 2 marker. It's exciting. 1 more mile to go. And we got this. Let's keep it going. Okay, making our way through. Want to show you all a little bit of the sights. We have the watchtower back behind us. And the thing that's interesting about SeaWorld, especially when you get through the park, you see it narrows out a lot, but I will say getting through here has been a lot easier than when we did our Wine and Dine Dash at Disney. It was just definitely a bit more crowded, but I love this. I love the fact that there's a bit more space to separate and really enjoy the environment around us. And look how Christmassy this is. We're circling through Penguin Trek, which I have ridden once. Very cute ride. A lot of fun, goes by very quick. But look at the Christmas vibes. I love this. And I wanted to show you a bit of the ambiance before we resume our jogging. But so much fun. And look at all the photo ops I'm missing. Y'all don't know what my thumbnail's going to look like. But this is just so cute. You really get that winter wonderland vibe going through the Penguin Trek area. I absolutely love this. And if you ever find yourself at SeaWorld here in Orlando, this is definitely one of the rides that I would recommend. Mind you, again, I know I sound like a broken record, but I've only been to SeaWorld one other time. And luckily, I was able to ride this ride when it first opened up as a part of a preview experience. It was fun. All right. This is getting a little bit too casual for me. So we need to start picking up our pace a little bit, doing some more jogging. I'll catch you all in another section of the park. Just as I'm saying that I'll catch you all, I just saw this. I'm getting so distracted, but I want to show you all how pretty this all looks. And my co-producer here was just saying that we should come out here one evening. My mom's gonna be coming into town and just check out how this looks at night. And of course, I think that you all will catch me on another visit here to SeaWorld just to check out what it looks like in the evening. All right, we gotta get back to work. We've passed by the dolphin encounter and we're back behind kind of like the Key West theming area. And again, this is just such a nice, fun ambiance. As you can see, it narrows back here, so we're just going to do a little bit of power walking. Going to take our time, make sure that we're being mindful of the people around us. But this is just so beautiful. Oh, you can see a dolphin. Ah, I was not expecting to see any animals. This is so exciting and a great distraction. This is a lot of fun. I cannot wait to do this again if I'm able to next year. I will give SeaWorld a lot of credit, like this ambiance, being here for this event. It's just a lot of fun to see what a park looks like when it's not full of people trying to make it on to the next ride. And what great weather. Partly cloudy. We had a breeze earlier today. But I have a feeling that we're probably getting close to the end. You all know that we have to run through, right? We're totally going to do that. We are wrapping ourselves around and making our way toward the front of the park. So let's keep going. And what would be a 5K race without flamingos? Oh, I love seeing the animals here. All right, so we've seen some dolphins, seen some flamingos. Let's see what else we can find here as we pass by Manta. And again, wind our way around toward the front of SeaWorld. And here we see a great view of Pipeline, which I have not gotten on yet. One of these days, I'll be able to make it. But they, of course, are running some test routes as they prepare for a park opening. But I've heard a lot of great things about Pipeline. And of course you see the trees and the water. Such a great view. We see more ride testing going on. And my co-producer was just talking about Pipeline. So for those of you all that may not be familiar with that coaster that we just saw, not the one that I'm looking at right now, but the one just before it, it's a standing coaster. And there are a lot of videos on it, so check it out. But depending on what part of the coaster that you're on, sometimes with the momentum, and we all know how gravity works, you can sometimes feel yourself like your feet lifting off the ground temporarily. But of course, standing coaster that I've heard a lot of great things about. But if you're looking for something that's like just crazy intense, that may not be the ride for you. But why would you want something like that to be crazy intense if you're standing up on it, right? Safety first. But like I said, one day I hope to get on Pipeline if I ever find myself out in SeaWorld. And y'all, the end is in sight. So you know we're gonna run across the end, all right? We're gonna make it across this finish line. We are hitting a little over 3 miles once we pass by this point. It's been so exciting. I will catch you all on the other side of the finish line. So just showing you all really quick, this is an interior area. So post the race, they are announcing the winners of the race. People who are finishing this basically in like less than 16 minutes, which is super impressive. But in each of the tents, there are cookies. So we're going to stand in line and check that out and continue to listen into the times being announced. I'm going to show you all, this is the front of the stage here where they have had announcements, and of course it is the Reindeer Run, so why would we not get pictures with the reindeer? We're totally going to get that photo op. So let's go ahead and get in this line and get our reindeer photo. So while we were waiting in line to take a picture of the reindeer, I want to show you all some of the goodies that we picked up. So after finishing the race, they had a long table where we received some waters. You can also pick out cookies that have like Chips Ahoy, Oreo. These are all like prepackaged cookies, and also bananas, right? So let's get you sugared up. Let's replenish your electrolytes, your nutrients, and all of that. In the pavilion, here's the bottle of water I want to show you all, by the way. We got these hats, and before getting the hat, I had picked out basically a miniature bottle of chocolate milk and regular milk. So you have some milk with your cookies. And adjacent to the reindeer line is another line for coconut water. And I think there's some other product up above. I'm not quite sure what that is just yet, so we'll see as we get closer to our photo op with the reindeer. While we're waiting in line, also, let's talk a little bit about the experience. I have had an absolute blast going through SeaWorld. Like I said, I've only been in SeaWorld one other time, so I'm not as well versed with SeaWorld in terms of all the coasters, what the parks look like. So my co-producer was definitely helping me out and telling me some of the coaster names and where we're at as we were doing our walking / jogging through SeaWorld. I had a great time. There were some parts where it got very narrow, but overall the ambiance was so cool. Very Florida, right? You see a lot of the palm trees. I was excited to see a couple of dolphins, some of the flamingos. All of that was a lot of fun. I will say that it started out a little bit slow just because we're in the parking lot and basically made a gigantic loop around the parking lot. So it started off a little dull, but it got better, right? Going through the park, seeing some of the Christmas ambiance was so great. And also, let's talk about a cost perspective. So this was significantly cheaper than the Wine and Dine Dash and just in general the Disney races that are going on. So for example, you're going to spend well over $100 for a 5K, 10K, and it can get over $200 depending on what type of race you're doing with Disney. If you're going to do the half marathon or some of the challenges, right? Whereas this was around $50, so you get what you pay for, and I say that not in a pejorative sense, but in the sense of this is a lot more low-key, right? The production value is not quite as high, but I think you get a lot of bang for your buck just in the experience. There's a costume contest going on, so a lot of folks were dressed up. The environment of SeaWorld alone was great. They had some music going through the park, and I will also say that that was a little bit of a miss in terms of just in a parking lot, not having like a greater sound system, but we saw Santa, we saw some other, Christmas characters as we made our way through the run. So overall, I definitely think you get great value for this. It's a lot of family fun. People of all abilities out just having a good time, just enjoying, contributing toward a great cause in terms of AdventHealth for children. So this was pretty amazing. I highly recommend it. Of course, this feels more like a local thing. Unless you happen to be in town in Orlando around this time of year. It is, I want to say, December 15th. You're probably not going to do this. If you do happen to be in town, if you know you're going to be in Orlando around mid-December, check out the Reindeer Run. They have done this for quite a few years now, and I heard someone say that this is a great turnout, so I imagine that this is just going to continue to get better and better. And I also appreciate how easy and quick it was for me to pick up my shirt, for me to pick up my bib, just very fast, not the levels of waiting in line that you have to deal with Disney, though Disney is hyper organized. Okay, so we just finished our photo with the reindeer. I'm going to show you all in total what we're walking away with before we wrap up. So here are the milks that I wanted to show you. Now they gave you an option of like chocolate or white, and they were kind enough to give me both. So I have my milks here, the cookie that I picked up at the end, banana, of course the Santa hat that I got as we were walking through the line, which was really great because I was able to put all these things in a Santa hat, our bottle of water that we received at the end of the race, along with the banana, and of course the Oreo cookies. Now get into this Once Upon a Coconut. So they had a stand. This was actually quite lengthy in terms of the line when we first got in, but basically Once Upon a Coconut has different types of coconut water. Some of them are infused with fruit juice. They have a sparkling and still option, but all sorts of flavors. And essentially I sampled a few and signed up for their newsletter, and so they gave me a full can. And by far, like, I will totally hype up the sparkling, which also has caffeine. But it is so delicious. I think this one and the pineapple were my favorite. So check out Once Upon a Coconut. They sell them by the cans individually at Whole Foods and Sprouts, but you can order them by the case on Amazon and of course on their website. I definitely highly recommend that if you can go to a Whole Foods or a Sprouts, try their different flavors. This is not sponsored by them, but I was just really impressed. I personally really liked the pineapple and again the sparkling, which was awesome. So yeah, check out Once Upon a Coconut. So keep out this fun little medal for completing the race. So of course it is a cookie cutter medal and so thematic for the Christmas holidays, right? As we wrap up our journey here, again, I would highly recommend if you happen to be in town mid-December, sign up, of course, for the Reindeer Run. It's for a great cause. I had a blast going through SeaWorld, checking out what the vibe looks like for Christmas, and hopefully I'll get a chance to pop over just to see what it's like in the evenings. I think that would be fun. But with that being said, thank you for joining me on another 5K. This was a fun journey. It is still early. It's close to 9 o'clock. We were able to finish our 5K in less than an hour, which I am totally thrilled about. I am going to grab a cup of coffee because you all know how we do it here with Java and Journeys with Jillian. If you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Hit that like button, subscribe now. Check out some of my other videos, especially my Disney 5K, just to see how that was. And great news here, I did sign up for a Disney 10K. Now this is the Halloween that's going to be happening in Orlando, not in Orlando, It is going to be at Disneyland over in California. So I'm looking forward to doing that. That will be much later this year. So that will be, I want to say in September, but I've already signed up for that. I'm looking forward to signing up for the next Wine and Dine race, which signups are going to happen in February. So you all will see more of this. This is a lot of fun. You know, we like to eat well, we like to drink well, but we also like to get our little fitness on here and there, and especially when it's for a good cause. With that being said, I can't wait to see you on the next journey. Catch you later. Bye.